All right, so we're diving deep today into something you sent our way from Diversified Insurance Brokers. We're talking all about the Oceanview Harbourview MYGA, and that stands for Multi-Year Guaranteed Annuity. And this is really about, can this fit into a secure retirement plan for growth? That's what we're trying to figure out today.
Yeah, for sure. This is a very specific type of annuity, and I guess at its core, it's a contract where you're going to put in a lump sum of money, and the insurance company is going to guarantee you a certain fixed interest rate on that money for a set amount of time. And it's that guaranteed aspect that really stands out for people when they're looking at longer-term retirement planning.
So the big selling point is guaranteed growth. What does that actually look like for someone practically?
Well, I think the biggest thing is certainty. When you go to purchase one of these MYGAs, you get to choose. You get to choose how long you want that guarantee to last. That can be anywhere from 2 years all the way up to 10 years. And the interest rate that you're quoted when you buy it, that's locked in for that entire period. So your money grows at a very predictable rate. It's not subject to, the ups and downs of the market. You know exactly what to expect, which a lot of people find comforting.
And the money that you initially put in the principal, that's safe too, right?
Absolutely. With the Oceanview Harbourview MYGA, your initial investment is protected from, market downturns. During that entire guarantee period, that's like a really fundamental security that it offers.
So let's say you need to access that money. Are there any details about getting to that money?
Yeah, so there is some flexibility built into this, typically after the first year. You can withdraw up to 10% of the contract value each year, and you won't face a penalty for doing that. There are also some specific waivers, like if you were to enter a nursing home or get diagnosed with a terminal illness, but if you need to take out more than that 10%, you could run into surrender charges, and there might be what they call a market value adjustment, depending on how interest rates have changed since you purchased the annuity. So it's really designed for that longer-term security, not so much for immediate access to large sums of money.
Makes sense for retirement savings. So what happens at the end of that guarantee period?
Yeah, this is an important thing to think about. When that initial term that you chose is up, you have a few options. You can take your money out without any surrender charges. Or you could choose to renew the annuity for another term at whatever the going interest rate is at that time. Or you could actually convert it into a stream of income, a guaranteed stream of income that you can use for your retirement. And what's interesting is if you don't make an active choice, the contract will often just automatically renew.
What about if something happens to you? Does this annuity go away?
Well, the Oceanview Harbourview MYGA does include a death benefit. So your beneficiaries, whoever you've designated, they would receive the full value of the contract, and they wouldn't have to pay any of those surrender penalties. It's also worth noting that if your spouse is your beneficiary, they often have the option to continue the annuity, just under their own name.
It sounds like Oceanview Life and Annuity Company
Yeah.
is in a pretty good spot financially, which is good to know.
Yeah, for sure. The financial strength of the company backing the annuity is a key consideration because you want to make sure it's going to be around for the long haul, right?
So thinking about all this, how could this kind of MYGA fit into someone's retirement plan?
Well, it's really about, creating a stable foundation for at least a portion of your retirement savings. So if you are looking for a way to ensure that a certain amount of your money is growing steadily without having to take on the risks of the stock market, particularly as you get closer to retirement or are in retirement. This could be a really valuable tool. I think for a lot of people, it's about peace of mind.
So to recap, this Oceanview Harbourview MYGA offers a guaranteed interest rate for a set period of time. It protects your initial investment. It does allow for some penalty-free withdrawals, gives you some choices when you reach the end of the term, and it also has a death benefit.
Yeah, those are the key points.
So now I want you to think about your own retirement timeline. How comfortable are you with tying up funds for a certain amount of time? What kind of guarantee period would work for you? Maybe it's 5 years, maybe it's even longer. How does that 10% annual withdrawal option factor into your thinking? You're trying to find a balance between guaranteed growth, but also potentially needing to access some of your money. So think about how these features could work for you in your broader retirement